When you spend enough time around tech gear, you start to see patterns. Cameras get smaller, batteries get smarter, workflows get tighter. Lighting, though, has always lagged behind. That's why the Zhiyun Molus X200 RGB gets our attention. It claims 200 watts, full RGB, and solid color accuracy from a body that stays under a kilo. That sounds bold, but we have learned not to trust numbers alone. So let's see how this actually fits into a real studio and how it delivers when it matters. Right out of the bag, the X200 feels surprisingly manageable. The kit includes a Bowens-mounted reflector, the V-mount power adapter, an AC cable, and an adjustable mounting bracket, all packed neatly in a carry case. Nothing feels excessive, and nothing feels cheap. The weight is the first thing you notice. At a bit over 800 grams, you can hold it in one hand without strain, which already tells you this is meant to move around, not stay locked on one stand all day. And it uses a mix of aluminum and reinforced plastic. That choice makes sense. Feels solid enough for travel, yet light enough for daily use. Carrying it between locations does not feel like a chore. And for control, the layout stays clean. On the back, you get a clear OLED screen with physical dials that respond well. Two internal fans handle cooling, one for the light and one for the power system. Once powered up, this earns attention fast. With the included diffuser, at 5,500 Kelvin, it reaches close to 19,000 lux at 1 meter. For a light this size, that is not casual output. That is usable brightness for key lighting, even in rooms with strong ambient light. You can use it in interviews, product shots, or talking head setups without running it near its limit all the time. What matters more is how the output behaves across the dimming range. From very low levels up to full power, the beam stays stable. There are no sudden jumps, and there are no strange shifts near the bottom end. At around 5%, the light still looks clean. At 100%, it feels closer to a much larger fixture. This consistency matters when you shoot repeatable setups, which is common for tech channels, reviews, and tutorials. Color performance is where a lot of compact lights struggle. But this compact light exceeded our expectations. Seriously, its CCT adjustment runs from 2,500 Kelvin to 10,000 Kelvin, so it can cover warm interiors, neutral daylight, and cool ambient scenes very nicely. CRI sits around 95. TLCI reaches roughly 97. Those numbers align with what we see on camera. So skin tones look natural, product colors stay honest, and mixed lighting setups stay easier to balance. And when we pulled footage for grading, it stayed clean. That saves time, and time is always the most expensive part of any shoot. And now, the RGB, and this support here feels purposeful. You get HSI control, RGB channel control, and built-in effects. Color transitions stay smooth. Saturation scales predictably. That makes it usable for background color, accent light, and separation without overwhelming the scene. Instead of stacking gels or carrying extra lights, you can dial in subtle color shifts directly. For tech videos, this works well for background gradients or brand accents without distracting the subject. This kind of RGB control feels like a tool, not a toy. Power flexibility is one of the strongest parts of the X200. The built-in V-mount plate lets you run the light directly from standard cinema batteries. That removes cables and speed setup. With a single 95 watt-hour battery, we comfortably ran the light for over an hour at strong output levels. With the dual battery expansion hub, runtime stretches even further. For indoor work, AC power is simple. For travel or hybrid setups, PD 3.1 USB-C support lets you power the light from modern chargers or power stations. The hub also provides USB-C output, up to 100 watts, which means the light can charge other devices while you shoot. That kind of flexibility turns this into more than just a light. Bluetooth control through the Zhiyun app lets you manage brightness, color temperature, RGB values, and grouping. For one-person setups, this reduces movement between the camera and the light. You can adjust output remotely, tweak color balance, and synchronize multiple units. That saves time, which matters when you shoot alone or work on tight schedules. Well, physical controls remain the faster option for quick changes. Both control methods coexist without conflict. In a product shoot with reflective surfaces, we paired the light with a 40cm softbox and grid. With low output, the highlights stayed smooth, reflection stayed controlled, and the setup felt balanced. Switched to RGB mode, and the backdrop color changed in seconds. No gels, no fixture swaps, just a quick adjustment. That speed gave us more creative options without slowing the session. Outdoors, it worked as a reliable interview key. Easy to carry, fast to set up, and quiet enough for clean audio. That combination is harder to find than it should be. Zhiyun's accessory lineup expands what the X200 can do. The Fresnel lens increases output for focused beams and dramatic contrast. Softboxes in different sizes give you flexibility for portraits or products. Thanks to the Bowens mount, third-party modifiers work without issues. This keeps the X200 flexible as your setup evolves. So when we step back and look at the Zhiyun Molus X200 RGB as a whole, it becomes clear what Zhiyun was aiming for here. You get 200 watts from a body that stays compact and easy to place. Color stays dependable, which means less fixing later. RGB feels usable rather than flashy. Power options stay flexible, whether you are on batteries, plugged into the wall, or running off USB-C. This is not trying to replace a full studio, and it does not need to. It is the kind of light you keep reaching for because it removes friction instead of adding steps. Setup stays quick. Adjustments stay simple. The light keeps up while you focus on the shot. That was all. Thanks for watching. Share your thoughts in the comments. And if you found it helpful, give it a like and subscribe for more videos.